Okay, guys, alternate ending. Take 43.
With so many movies on the net and TV, it's kinda hard being up and film savvy. Do you catch a show while you're on the go? And how do you know what to keep or what to throw? How do you know what to keep or what to throw? Tune in, tune in, tune in to alternate ending. Tune in, tune in, tune in to alternate ending. Tune in, tune in, tune in to alternate ending. Tune in, tune in, tune in to alternate ending now. Please give a warm welcome to the hosts of Alternate Ending.
Welcome to Alternating. We're discovering good movies, one bad movie at a time. I'm film school dropout Rob Jarasinski. Across from me is our critic in residence, Tim Brayton, as well as joining us in person,
Carrie Jarasinski.
Yeah, Carrie Jarasinski. I was mixing things up.
I like it. You were doing a little.
Seeing if
little
you were paying
pivot,
attention.
little switch
Because
around.
after our
I was
last
feeling it.
episode, I had moved out. So,
Exactly.
no, I haven't
In
actually moved
fact,
out.
I was given to understand, given the terms of the restraining order, that you could not be joining us in person. Carrie, but
Exactly.
I'm glad to see the two of you
So
were
this is
able
like
to
a
find
Depp Heard situation we've got going on here.
topical.
I haven't been following it. Is she
My
in the
understanding
right
is
or
that,
wrong?
Well, my understanding is that she pooped in a bed,
Okay, that happens.
which at minimally makes me feel that it is hard to entirely be on Team Heard. I don't know any other details besides that.
I have not met a person yet on Team Heard. The internet is backing Johnny Depp 100%.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
we don't know the facts. We don't know what
You don't know if that was an intentional turd. It could have been
No,
an
there's
accidental.
more.
We know it was
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
okay.
thought it was a funny thing to do.
I do find that actually very funny,
Yeah.
personally.
Okay, good.
But
Good.
maybe
I
in the
know
context
Mother's
it
Day is
wasn't.
just around the corner.
It's just around
I
the
know
corner.
what to get you.
If I were to do that to you, Rob, how would that play?
Oh, funny.
See? Exactly. I think you would find that really
Yeah,
amusing.
I find poo things very
Hilarious.
funny.
We are
Yeah.
well aware of that.
Yeah. Sadly, no poo movies
No,
coming up.
but I will say, my one cat has taken to pooping in my shower. Like I wake up every
Okay.
morning, there's some poops in the tub, and I have to pick them away and put them in the toilet, and then clean the toilet, and then I take my shower.
Is that bothersome to you?
It is not the thing I wish to be doing first thing in the morning. No.
Sure. But you don't seem bothered. So again, I feel like we're all sort of in the
we've
same
been doing it
camp
for a while,
here about,
so I'm sort of at this
about the
point.
turds.
It's just part of the rhythm of my day.
Sure. It's just a habit now. Okay.
Yeah. Not something you anticipate.
Oh no, I'm beginning to anticipate it.
Yeah, you
at this point.
anticipate it?
If I don't clean the litter pan at like 10 p.m., if anything is in the litter pan, he poops in the shower.
Well, I bring up anticipation because we haven't had a lot to anticipate other than poos in the shower, because the box office and the summer has been a bit murky,
A bit
pandemic-y.
Yeah, pandemic-y the last few years. So I think we had a top 5 anticipated of 2021, but yeah, those weren't great. Those weren't great blockbuster films. Like I feel like knock on wood. I feel like the summer movie is back, y'all.
So when we were in the midst of the pandemic, I feel like wasn't the first movie that we were like, ooh, is it back? It's a big box office movie. Wasn't that Tenet?
No, Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, was it?
I think Tenet was pitched that way, and it didn't
Yeah.
land
I think it
that
was.
way.
It didn't land.
Wasn't Godzilla versus Kong first?
No. Godzilla versus Kong
Tenet was the
several months later.
Yeah.
Oh my
Tenet
gosh.
came first.
The
Oh,
first
because
film-
there was waves. We had waves of
exactly. The
pandemic.
first film to come back in a wide release was the Russell Crowe vehicle Unhinged.
Great movie.
Immediately followed
Yeah,
by
you
New
love that.
Mutants. Immediately followed by Tenet.
That's right. And Carrie and I saw Tenet in theaters.
We
We
did.
also saw Freaky.
I saw Tenet with you.
We saw Tenet
We
together.
saw Tenet together.
And we saw Freaky together.
We did.
That was, and then there was a feeling of like
Tenet specifically underperformed to a degree that everyone was like, okay, clearly we're not there yet, and they started pulling big movies. So there were no
Yeah.
big movies again until Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
And then last summer just didn't really have many
So
big movies to go.
I think we're getting a lot of the movies that we're supposed to release in 2020, 2021. We're getting them now. We're finally getting them, and people are showing up to theaters. Obviously, Spider-Man: No Way Home performed in a big way. The blockbusters are performing well. in a big
Blockbusters
way.
are performing well. We got, I think, really The Bad Guys, the new DreamWorks animated film about animals that commit crimes.
Piece of shit movie that my daughter dragged me to.
Oh, I'm so excited for that
Rude.
one.
Oh
it
my
was not
gosh.
that bad.
It was terrible.
You were
looking forward to it.
grouchy. I think
It
you
was
were
terrible.
grouchy. It was
I
not
think
terrible.
the animation style, it looks both like it's cool and also going to make my eyes bleed a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Specifically, the eyes are what you are going to hone in on
Yes,
because
just
those
from the trailer, it's clear.
Yes,
I've never seen Sam Rockwell phone it in And I feel
Are
like
you fucking kidding me?
I feel like he's phoning this performance.
He has phoned in performances.
Okay, I still love him.
Well, I'm not saying.
But this is one
I'm just saying he has phoned in performances.
where his voice acting is just not.
Maybe the
not
character
solid.
he's playing is a little bit wah-wah, you know?
And the whole concept. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
No, the point being that movie made a pretty decent
Yes.
chunk of money.
Sonic.
That was a good sign. Sonic was a good sign. So it's not just Marvel films making money, which it felt for a bit like that's where we were. But now we're in other films are also making
So we're
money.
going to be picking our top 5 anticipated of the summer, but not only that, we're also going to be trying to do a little box office prediction, which is going to be tough because I think we know now Marvel movies perform, kids movies perform.
Dinosaur movies perform
Sure,
they?
We don't know.
sometimes.
Yeah, we'll see.
And
knows?
also, I think there's an open question of how much do kids' movies perform.
Correct. So it'll be interesting. Like the whole math calculus behind box office, we don't know what it'll be.
We're
This
gonna
is the
find out.
first summer back officially, so we're excited to jump in there. So, Carrie, should we just jump in with our top 5 anticipated?
Whoa.
box office.
I was just unprepared, but yes, we should. I guess.
What kind of films are you
gotta think
missing?
about my criteria.
Like, what are you missing the most? Are you excited for the big blockbusters? Are you looking for indies?
Oh boy. Wait. So did we just say that we're starting with the ones that we anticipate?
We are looking forward to, not the ones that we think are going to make
Exactly. Because none of those match up with the ones that are probably big for me.
Yeah, I caught. You ended up putting headphones on, but I was you.
I know, I didn't want to cheat
You
off
went
me.
through the list very thoroughly. I think you went through like every trailer.
I did.
That's because I heard some foreign language stuff that was
Yeah.
like I
those
have
can
no
always
idea what you're
make it there.
listening
They
to.
always have a chance on my list.
Sure.
But no, I watched every single trailer for every single movie releasing on streaming or theaters between Mayish through September-ish.
Did you hear that, Tim? Did you hear the dates?
I did.
Wait, are they right this year?
That is the summer.
Well, it depends what September
Yeah,
is.
I don't know what September-ish. Yeah,
You guys are rubbing off on me.
Did have a certain Dear Evan Hansen, if I recall.
That's true. Are
Yeah.
you doing Labor Day? Where'd you cut off?
I'm somewhere in the ish category, somewhere
Okay.
maybe towards the middle. I
All
don't
right.
know.
All right, Tim. What about you? How did you?
I'm doing a firm first weekend of May through Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
That is my dates.
Yeah, the start of summer has fluctuated for films because I just usually pick when the big first.
I mean, that's
blockbuster-
it's basically since like 2003. It's been what weekend is the first big Marvel film. That's
Right.
when the summer starts.
or Fast and Furious in some cases, which was in April.
I don't
There was
count the Aprils. That to me counts as late spring.
Yeah, I think the year that it came out, we
The year that
skipped
Endgame came out in April, or Infinity War, I think came out in April.
Yeah.
we did agreed that Infinity War was not a summer movie.
Okay.
even though it was the film. I think we counted it for box office, but not for anticipated.
So we may have some lineups here. Although Carrie, you tend to find an obscure movie.
You tend to find some insane pieces of shit on streaming that we all have to watch. And,
It's fair.
and you pretend that you liked. And
That's
I don't.
fair. Yeah, no, that is
will
completely fair.
we be seeing any of that on your list?
You might.
Okay.
You might be seeing some
Fantastic.
of that. But what I will say is I thought it was super bleak. Like I went through these and usually I end up with a list of like
Bleak
12,
as in quality or bleak as in tone?
both, like all together. Like immediately I'm watching the trailer thinking, I can already tell I'm not into this. I don't like this. And usually the horror ones always can catch me. Like all I need is a creepy score to get me, and then like a little bit of a jump scare in the trailer and I'm in. And even in these, I'm like, oh, I see where this is going. Like I was even a little bit bored in the trailer for the horror movies that I saw. So
I assume we'll at some point have an opportunity to talk about one specific horror movie that I'm curious to hear your thoughts on.
perhaps. But
I don't know.
Again, nothing felt like it was jumping off the page to me. It felt a little bit like, and this is the other thing, it felt like a lot of the movies, and I don't know if you saw this, we're doing a lot of like, we're going to make a movie that's conventional, but we can't be conventional. So it's like, we're going to put a twist on it that's not super cool. So it's like, oh, much needed getaway, celebration off to the islands until airborne threat hits. Like a lot of the
I don't know
movies-
what movie that is. What's
No,
that?
I
Sounds
don't-
like about Vietnam.
I just made that up. I'm just saying that's what was happening. It was like, oh, we're going to go off to the farm. And then it was like, and there's a monster at the farm.
Oh.
Like
I see what you're
Yes.
saying.
Ronald
Yeah.
Picar's Monster of the Farm. Very excited
monster
for
of
that
the
one.
farm. So I'm just saying there were a lot of that. It felt like a little bit of cheap plot lines this year
Okay.
in the summer.
All right. Tim, how about you? How are you feeling for this summer?
I gotta sign off with Carrie here. The big popcorn movies look pretty whiffy to me.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling most of them. I will say this: my top 5 is like a parody of the kind of things I enjoy. So it's going to be sort of humiliating for me to go through them all. But there were enough of these smaller releases, these sort of indies, the foreign imports, the little auteur pieces. I am quite excited for 4 of the films on my list, and the 5th one, which will be my number 5 slot, so I'll be talking about it directly. I am excited about with an asterisk, and that asterisk will come up on the air.
Okay. And I played the same dates. My feeling on the box office.
Oh, and I just,
okay,
if I can add one thing, unlike Carrie, we are now that the movies are back, baby. I am for sure not doing streaming. Streaming can roll itself up in a tube and shove itself up its own ass.
Okay, I
Unknown.
like it.
I can't clarify on mine. You'll have to find.
Oh, so streaming is off limits.
I'm not doing streaming.
Okay.
No, not one of these is a streaming.
None of
exclusive.
mine are streaming either. I'm sticking with the traditional summer blockbuster, and those belong in theaters. But yeah, I guess I'm a little bit more optimistic than you all are, mainly because I like Marvel movies, I like popcorn movies, and I like kid movies. So I've got
You're set.
I like all of those things when they are good. I just don't have faith that they will be good.
But surprisingly, not my box office and my anticipated don't necessarily line up 100%. There's some mixing and matching there that's more in Rob's taste. Generally, in years past, I've played it safe because we also turned the most anticipated, along with the box office, into a bit of a game.
We sure do.
Where we try to see who knows themselves the best.
I'm very excited about mine because there's one that I'm convinced Carrie will give a half star to.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
most
think
anticipated.
it's usually between you two to perform the best in this game. I find myself
Yeah, the
either in
steady man
second
doesn't
or
win.
yeah. This is playing it safe does not win. Like you have to take some risks. I think in knowing your own tastes, and I play it typically very safe. But yeah, I've got a list of 5 that I think I will end up liking the most out of the summer. But we'll see. I didn't take many risks. We'll just say that.
I took some risks, Rob.
All right.
I took some big risks.
I didn't take any of what I consider to be risks, but I think everyone listening to this will think one of them is a risk. We'll see.
All right, Care.
I'm excited.
Is number 5 your risk?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's one of them.
It's a risk.
I think they actually are all risks.
All right.
I'm excited. I'm
So
excited.
let's go. Let's
Okay.
rewind the tape really quick because there are times where
Remember
you've taken
Photograph?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
didn't go well.
photograph. But then for every photograph, there's a Wind River.
There's a Wind River.
Actually, that's not true. That's not
No,
like
that's not actually the
math.
best movie.
Well,
For
no.
every-
Wind River's a great movie.
Sure.
I'm saying that it's
Remember
not a
Mothering
1 for
Sunday?
1.
Mothering Sunday wasn't.
I think you're
good.
more of like a 5 to 1 ratio of like
Yeah.
for every Wind River, there's 5
I think it's probably closer to
photographs.
3.
3 to
Sure,
1.
sure,
We haven't done it that many times.
Do you remember the time I picked the Mr. Rogers movie and Tim also loved it for different reasons, but
Yes.
still loved it? That happened a few years ago.
Okay.
I think I've got a couple on here that might fall into that category, which is why I'm excited.
Are you
Excited.
planning on being honest come September about your
course she's not.
true
Don't ask
feelings?
me.
Okay, I
No.
shouldn't even ask.
No,
Yeah.
She'll just
of
lie now.
course
She'll
not.
plead
Yeah,
the fifth.
no. I'll no.
I look forward to hearing your 5-star review of fucking Downton Abbey 3 or whatever
I
it is.
know. I saw that. I was like, is this a TV series? I don't know.
It is like a TV series that has accidentally wandered its way into the wild.
Yeah, very weird. That's not on here. That's a period piece. I don't like this. But this one is also a period piece coming in at my number 5, which is why it's unconventional. But I'll tell you what, had a smile on my face through the entire trailer. You know, if there's anything that's going to get me, it's an underdog story. Not underdog, but just sort of the overlooked person that like rises up to like kick ass. And
Story of Kurt Warner, American Underdog.
No.
No.
I'm not sure who that is,
That
but
already came out.
Oh, okay.
oh,
was
it
a
did.
Christmas dinner.
It did. This is a story of a cleaning lady from the 1950s, and she falls madly in love with fashion and design. When this happens, she's much older. She's probably like in her 50s or 60s, but it's never too late. And she decides that she must have one of these fabulous dresses of her own. But then the story gets even better, where I think she's going to get a little bit swept up into the fashion industry along the way.
Is this like a biopic of Chanel?
I have no idea.
No,
What
this is Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Okay.
This is by Anthony Fabian. I don't know if you know him. He's
Oh, the
kind
name.
of a big deal.
What? That name sounds familiar.
I have no idea.
Thank you.
But he's done, I know he's done good things because the trailer for this is so sweet and so cute. Do you know who Rose Williams is?
I can't say that I do.
No.
Okay, because that is Mrs. Harris, I assume, going to Paris. And she is just adorable and cute. And it looks like it's going to have the kind of vibe that I need going into the summer. It's just good energy.
I mean,
So.
I will say about this, it has a rock star set of leads. The 2 lead characters, or at least they're the only 2 people I know of who are in this movie, are Leslie Manville and Isabelle Huppert. And
Yeah.
in principle, you tell me I've got those 2 people in a movie, I'm 100% on board with it, but I also in my head expect that movie to be like a searing French lesbian drama.
Sure.
And this is not any of those things.
It might. It could take a turn. You never know.
It could, and if it does, then I will be giving this a 4.5 at least. So this would be one you could very easily end up winning.
Okay.
over.
See?
as long as I see Huppert like
It looks
like
cute.
strapping, like putting on
Like a
strap
nip
on
slip?
and-
Okay.
Oh no, it has to be much more intense than a nip slip.
Oh, okay. I don't know. So based on Rose Williams, I don't know if you want what you're saying, but at the same time, I think knowing you and sort of your lean towards the older women, I think maybe you would. So
Is this a mom movie? You gonna bring mom to
it's
see this?
for
I don't
sure.
know.
It's for sure. My mom's gonna cry. I already cried during the trailer. It's gonna be
It looks cute.
cute, happy, warm, and from the 50s.
Okay. I have heard nothing about this film.
It looks really good. So yeah, that's my number 5.
All
I
right.
think it's my could be good movie.
I mean, you give me Mandeville and Huppert. I'm at least going to enjoy the experience, even if it's not good. Let's put it that way.
All right.
And I think there's ample room for it to not be good because Anthony Fabian has made nothing I've heard of. So,
Again, TBD, but I feel good about it.
My 5th is by someone who has made many things I've heard of. In fact, she is one of my favorite directors, if not, in fact, probably in my top echelon of living filmmakers, which is why this is here. The filmmaker is Claire Denis, the great French auteur. The new film has been given 2 different American release titles. First was Fire, which Denis made a big point of saying, boy, Fire is a terrible title. Why would the U.S. distributor call it Fire? I thought it should have been called Both Sides of the Blade. So the distributor was like, oops, I mean, it's called Both Sides of the Blade. So that's what I put on my list is Both Sides of the Blade. It is a film about which I've deliberately remained ignorant of the plot because I want it to wash over me, but I know that it stars Juliette Binoche and Vincent Lindon. Vincent Lindon was recently in Titan, which was on my fall anticipated list. Juliette Binoche, of course, is just one of the great.
Wait, was he the
the
dad
He was the dad.
with the steroid addiction?
Exactly.
Oh, we loved him.
Oh, we
he's-
did like
and
him.
Apparently, this is like secretly. It starts looking like it's a Binoche film, but it turns into a Lindon film as it goes along.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about it. I know it's a romantic drama. I know that they're a married couple. Most of the people I know who've had a chance to see it, and it played at the Wisconsin Film Festival. Unfortunately, the day it played at the festival for its only pair of screenings, I had obligations to a teaching. Like we were showing our students a film that overlapped with both screenings of Both Sides of the Blade, so I had to miss it. But I knew several people who saw it because Claire Denis were all. Who doesn't love Claire Denis? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I just was looking her up. I've never heard of her.
Well, that's on you.
Carrie and I have not seen a single Claire Denis film.
I would be astonished if you had.
Yeah.
You should see Beau Travail. It is real.
sounds
Is there something? Yeah.
really
Should we ease our way into Both Sides of the Blade?
Her only English language film is High Life.
Because I don't think it's going to be High Life.
Which would strip you both down to the bone. I would say Chocolat and Beau Travail in that order would be the ones I would say maybe.
Wait.
35 Shots of Rum. I think you guys would like 35 Shots of Rum.
Did you say Chocolat?
Chocolat, not that Chocolat.
Okay.
Chocolat.
Not the Johnny Depp one.
This is about African colonialism.
Did you know that she's married to Patrick Muldoon?
I didn't know that.
No, I
Yeah.
did not.
Interestingly, they took a small break between 2005 and 2014, and they're still together
That's a
today.
long break. That's a break long enough to raise a child during.
It feels like enough time. It feels like a good amount
Feels
of
like
space.
if you had nine years away from Rob, you might start to be
Feels
recuperating.
like if he was trying to make a movie that she didn't agree with, and then she would return back afterwards, that amount of time.
Gotcha.
And to current. So they've basically been
But-
together for all
But
that time.
I will say this: most of the people I saw made a particular point of informing me, "Keep your hopes low.
Okay.
It's not very good."
Say the title one more time for
Both
me.
Sides of the Blade.
Both Sides of
My
the Blade.
my one like ultra huge Claire Denis fanboy, told me, "Don't listen to those people." So I'm trusting him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put him. I'm not gonna give his full name, but I'm saying Will. If you're listening, I know you're not. You don't listen to our podcast, but Will, if you're listening,
Will, you're going to let us
this
down.
one's all on you. I would have taken it off the list because so many people told me to take it off the list, but I am listening to that and the hope of my heart because it's a new Claire Denis. We don't get new Claire Denis all the time, so I'm keeping it on
Ride
the
it.
list
Ride it.
in the clear assumption that this is my risky film.
Okay.
Okay.
Feels pretty risky.
I'm playing it pretty safe with my first pick. In fact, my first pick talks a little bit about the filmmaking process. And Carrie, I bet you didn't know that one of the first pieces of film ever made was
Oh, you took mine.
of a horse.
I did. It's a black man on a horse.
It's a black man on a horse.
Just for 2 seconds, Rob.
Just for 2 seconds. But in those 2 seconds, what they find out is that because there was like debate, I think, whether or not are the horse's feet, is there one hoof on the ground at any one point? And the film settled that matter.
Nope.
But, nope, it didn't.
Nope.
Nope.
Didn't.
It
No.
did.
No.
Nope. I don't think it did.
Also, I don't want to tell Jordan Peele his business, but there's not a rider on that horse.
Oh, really?
I'm looking that up to verify it, but I think the horse.
He shows a clip in his film.
Well, I'm not saying there is
but-
no horse.
yeah.
Oh no, in the horse photo there apparently there is. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, well there you go. We are in fact talking about Jordan Peele's Nope. I gotta say, of Jordan Peele's prior two films, which was Us and Get Out, this is the one I've like spent the least amount of time. The trailer hasn't. Nothing about the project has really gotten me as excited.
Yeah.
I think it would normally be higher.
Do you think it's intentional though? Because I couldn't even find. I was trying to look at trailers for it too. This is my number 3. I was looking for trailers, and now I'm in the same boat as you, where I'm just going off of like I'm assuming this is going to be good.
Just 'cause
based
it's
on
him.
him
Yeah.
and because it's him.
Yeah,
But
like-
the trailer doesn't seem great, and it seems like it might go alien, which
This
I'm
is
not
the one I was
excited
hoping
about.
to talk about. With
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh, great.
It's not on my list. This would have been my number 5 if I hadn't allowed Will, my friend, to sort of seduce me over. I would be way more excited about this film if the trailer didn't exist. The trailer really dried up my enthusiasm because, as I think Carrie said, I don't really think I'll find it interesting if it's about aliens.
What's
Yeah,
there
agreed.
to be excited about? So far, nothing.
So far, nothing.
Do you feel he will continue to have social commentary?
Yeah.
I don't care if he does because I don't think that's the strong suit of Us. I just think Us is a really great movie. I'm just hoping for a new film by the director of Us is really where I'm at.
Yeah.
And you were more Us than Get Out,
think
and
Us
I
is
was
much better
more
than Get
Get Out than Us. So my ranking was Get Out, Us, and then whatever's next.
Yeah, the very end of Us really took me out of it a little bit.
The very
The
end
very
of Us
end.
is kind of dumb.
Yes.
But
But
everything
other
up to
than
that
that-
point, and you have that fucking amazing Lupita Nyong'o performance.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh, yes.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sounds like
So
me
I-
after being
I-
out too late, but yeah,
I am trusting that Nope will be good based on Us.
same.
Yeah.
But nothing about Nope itself is ringing my bells.
But I think he's trying to be cryptic. I do think that there's this mystique that he might be trying to build, and I hope that he's trying to build of like not giving enough that we feel like, oh, it's good or bad.
And if it turns out the aliens are a fake out, then I'll feel a lot better than the
Same.
100%.
Same.
Gets an extra half star if there's no aliens.
Yes.
Or it's a fake
Completely
out of some
agreed.
sort. Yeah.
But no, it
Misdirection.
definitely feels like they are. I'm going to see it despite what I know about it, not because
Yes.
of what I know about
It's
it.
the faith in Jordan that
and
he
that
can deliver.
that means I couldn't put it on my top 5.
Where did you say you ended up with this?
it's my number 3.
3. Okay, so I stole your 3. All right.
And it's coming in at my number 4, which is going to, sorry, Rob, for sure pull off of your list.
We'll see.
I was debating on this one because
Okay.
this is my one pick that's on my list that's going to be a big box officer. And
Box officer. I like it.
Yeah. And
Is that like the officer in charge of assembling and
the
and
box.
ordering boxes?
Yes, it is. And then they ship it. But they essentially, this one, I wasn't that into it. I'm like, it's going to be dumb. There's been many dumb ones of this genre / particular person that I'm like, it might not be great. But then I watched the trailer and it's 100% meeting me where I am of like, what are you doing with your life? Like,
I know what you're talking about.
I know you do.
I thought I did. Now I might be wrong.
Like, who are you? Like, what are you even here for? What's your purpose? Like, and that's stuff that I've struggled with lately. So if you layer in my struggle with some humor that somehow leaves me coming out feeling like I have a stronger sense of like purpose through somebody very attractive, strong, handsome, and with nice hair, then I will go see Thor, Love and Thunder.
My number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I would
So
have
we-
thought for
we
sure this was
flip-flop.
actually going to be your number 1.
Oh, no. I have some faith in some other things that I think I will end up liking more. But yes, I did love Thor Ragnarok
Yeah.
to a degree that
And this is Taika, too.
goodness, yeah, Taika Waititi in this in the director's chair again. Can Taika do it again? I don't know.
Yeah.
To your point, the story is really about like what is
What's
Thor
next?
if he's
Yeah.
not a superhero, like kind of thing.
There might be a training montage. Like I love a good training montage. I don't know. Basically, the description of this is not helpful at all. But he enlists the help of Valkyrie, who I think are those gals, and then
That's just the one.
Valkyrie's Tessa Thompson.
oh, wow, she's a powerhouse then, because that sounds plural.
It is typically plural, but in the comics context, Valkyrie is a
She is
single
just
individual form of
Valkyrie.
Tessa Thompson.
Okay. And then the Rock Man, Korg, who you know I love, and then ex-girlfriend Jane Foster are going to come to fight Gore, the God Butcher, who intends to make the gods.
I just
extinct.
remembered right now that Christian Bale is Gore the God Butcher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I should probably have this higher on my list.
Probably should, Rob. It's probably going to be your favorite movie ever.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Christian Bale's in it and he delivers a Christian Bale type performance, then
Wait, is he going to be Christian Bale, or is he going to be like a set of? Is he going to be like
I think he might
Thanos
be green screened.
face?
A little
He's
bit.
green screened. Okay. So
Gore
we
the
won't
God
know.
Butcher is pretty like messed up looking.
Less aesthetically
Yeah,
pleasing.
yeah.
Okay.
Not
okay.
something a human could necessarily do. With just prosthetics and
Got
stuff.
it.
I think, but who knows? Who knows what they'll?
And this is Tim's number one, so we stole that. So that's
Yeah.
that's rude of us.
No, I mean, I have a couple. A, as we all know, I'm not going to put a Marvel film in my top 5 just out of principle. B, this one feels a little bit like a Mulligatawny to me. Like there's just so much in it.
But when has that not been Marvel? Okay.
I mean, I feel like that's a recent thing though. Like
Yeah.
there's just so many like
I don't know if
random
they-
ass characters and plot lines, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in this.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think they just don't have enough faith in anymore in like
busy.
a standalone. Yeah,
It sounds like a busy film. And also, and I know this is you'll agree with me immediately when I say this, Carrie. I hated Jojo Rabbit so much. Taika Waititi is now in my personal director jail until he can prove to me that was a mistake and it's not going to happen again.
But I like Jojo Rabbit.
I know you did.
Oh.
I was setting you up.
I was like, did we disconnected here? That was a very cute movie.
No, I thought you knew that I hated it.
Oh, I think maybe I erased it just because I wanted to still spend quality time with you.
No,
maybe.
I don't want that.
Oh.
That's not what I want.
let's just hope it doesn't have to go too serious because then, like, clearly that was a bridge. Like he was trying to do way too much with Jojo Rabbit tonally, I think. But
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just like the right amount. I don't know. I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, interesting that we lined up. And so Tim, not on yours, so that takes it to your
That's
number
my number
4. Okay.
And I will say, I don't want Marvel films. I don't want, Jojo Rabbit. But you know what I do want?
Yeah, I do.
I do want gay poets.
Oh, you picked
Did
this
you see
one?
the gay poet movie?
Wait, are you talking about the group of gay guys that go out and then they run into some other gay guys and there's a competition?
I don't know what you're talking about. Were you
No.
watching pornography?
I don't. Actually, I might have been.
I'm talking about the film Benediction, written and directed by Terrence Davies, which, I mean, you put written and directed by Terrence Davies, it's showing up on my top 5. That's a gimme. In this particular case, it stars Jack Lowden and Peter Capaldi as a younger and older version of Siegfried Sassoon, a poet during World War I, who was a closeted gay man. The most directly that Terrence Davies has ever dealt with homosexuality in one of his films. He's very sort of notoriously, one might even say, he's a gay director, but he really hates gay things. Like he hates being gay, and that's always been sort of a fraught part of his films, is like this weird tension of like wanting to express that part of himself, but also feeling like it's something that he's not proud of and doesn't want to make movies about. So it's his first like gay movie. But also it stars Peter Capaldi as a gay poet. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. You don't need... So I didn't need anything more than Terrence Davis, and I didn't need anything more than Peter Capaldi as a World War I poet who's gay. And I'm getting both of them at the same time. Plus, Terrence Davis' last film about a poet was the Emily Dickinson picture from a couple years ago with Cynthia Nixon. And I thought that movie was aces.
wow,
So I am very, very...
is there any relation to Vidal Sassoon?
I don't know. I don't know.
So how do you know that Peter feels this way? Are you just assuming based on
Well,
his
not
movies?
Peter.
Peter's not.
Terrence.
Peter's is not. No, Terrence
Oh.
Davies is. He like made a documentary
About how his
about
feelings.
how much he wishes he weren't gay.
Oh, jeez.
Called "Of Time in the City."
Do you think so? Do you think the fact that this movie's coming out means he's had sort of a turn of?
I mean, ultimately, I don't care
Something?
whether Terrence Davies is a happy person or not, as long as he's
No.
making good movies.
I kind of care. So now I kind of want to see this, because then hopefully what I'll take away from it is, based on the outcome of the movie, I'll know how Terrence is doing. And
And
that'll
I
make
will
me feel
also
better.
say, I forgot this is where the title Benediction comes from. It's about a crisis of faith. So it's gay poet Terrence Davis and a crisis of faith. It's like bingo. I don't know why I have this all the way down at 4. This is clearly my number.
This is your number
Yeah,
one.
you sound very excited about
I'm
it.
so excited. Benediction.
Is there any
June
chance
3rd.
that I'm going to like this though? No. Okay. It doesn't
Maybe.
feel. It feels like you're selling me on it more
It's
than
not
I'll
gonna
like
be
it.
fucked up.
Okay.
It's not
Just
gonna
direct.
Be, it's not going to be a fucked up movie like my 1 and 2 are.
Okay.
It's going to just be a very slow moving British movie.
All right.
I would say check out. I think it's what's it called? A Quiet Passion. I think.
Quiet Passion.
I think that's the name of his I'm going to look it up right now. His Emily Dickinson film starring Cynthia Nixon from 2016, A Quiet Passion. Yes, I would say check that out before you see Benediction. I think you will like that more than any of his other films.
All right. I'm tempted. Is that something that would be a good precursor to watching this, to sort of see his journey?
I mean, I don't think it will tell you anything about Terrence Davies other than that he's really good at directing Cynthia Nixon to play Emily Dickinson.
All right. Well, sounds good.
I've got a better one at number 4 for y'all.
I'll bet you don't.
It's on my list.
What if we took Kenneth Branagh's Murder on the Orient Express.
Who's Bernoth?
Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, okay.
What if we took the film Murder on the Orient Express?
Yes.
Amped it up, threw in. We got rid of Kenneth Branagh.
Okay, I'm already on board.
You're already in.
I'm
We
excited.
brought in David Leitch, who's really directed the first John Wick and directed Atomic Blonde.
Oh, you know I love those John Wick movies.
Atomic Blonde's fabulous.
I still haven't seen that.
And then you just let the characters. I mean, there's a mystery probably on board. There's a MacGuffin maybe. I don't know what's going on. I don't care. You've got this great cast of Brad Pitt. You've got Sandra Bullock. You've got Brian Tyree Henry. You got Michael Shannon, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Zazie Beetz, and you just let them just like kick ass on a bullet train traveling through.
I knew
through
you were going to
Japan.
pick this.
How
Just
exciting is that?
The minute it didn't have to be anything else in this entire movie other than Brad Pitt
Yes.
on some sort of
On a
high moving
train.
vehicle. It didn't even have to be a train. If it was like a quick moving dinghy or
You know what?
You know,
There's a quiet car.
I saw that
and they're,
scene.
And they're trying to
Oh my gosh.
to fight
Tim-
but be quiet.
So Tim immediately Rob was going to pick this movie. It was like Brad Pitt pulls a gun on the other guy and he's like, quiet car.
They point to it. Quick cut.
Quick cut, quiet car, and then it's
car.
like a little mini montage of trying to kill each other while being quiet. And I was like, "Oh, this is on Rob's list. This has to be there."
Yeah.
I don't think I realized it was directed by David Leitch until you just said that. This would have for sure been in my top 5 if I known that.
Yay! Yeah. What has he done that's not good at
Nothing.
this point?
Give me some other
he's
things. he's
delivered.
done.
Deadpool 2 is less good than the other things.
Did he direct Deadpool 2?
He directed Deadpool
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you
But
know.
also Deadpool 2 is better than Deadpool but I'm saying if I'd known that David Leitch was part of this project, I think I would have assumed it was going to be very good, and I didn't.
All
know that.
right. And it's, hey, you know what? Original content for once. You know, we've got all these sequels and prequels and, you know, bastardizations of
I'm
other
gonna-
content. Like,
I'm
not
gonna for sure
disappointed.
count this as a W for you and an L for me.
okay. All right. I like it. Because that was my number 4.
Is that to my number 3? I've already
So
gone
I've
to my
got
number 3.
So all
I've
we
got-
got left is my number 3,
Yeah. Let's let Tim do his number 3 and then we'll head to a break.
and it's a big one. It's my only popcorn movie.
Oh, I know. Okay.
You know what it is.
I think I
It
do.
is. I
You wanna
do
sing
know
it?
what it is.
I don't want. I sang it for you in the privacy of our ride over, Rob. I'm not going to sing it for the people.
But what's the song?
It's the theme from Top Gun, because the film in question is Top Gun Maverick.
That is not the direction I thought you were going. Is that going to be a big movie?
Oh, see, I'm so happy you asked that question because I think there's a lot in the film Twitter universe that's asking themselves that same question. Is like, I don't like who wants to see this. There are a lot of people I think who ironically like this film and unironically like this film.
The original.
The original, yes, the original, and they've been waiting for their. Yeah.
At this point, have a high level of confidence it will be better than the original film.
Yes,
For one thing, Tom Cruise of circa 2022, and this is a film that's been ready to go for years. This was ready to come out in summer of 2020. Tom Cruise right now is a much more interesting movie star than Tom Cruise was in 1986. And he does crazy shit like fly planes in a movie and operate a camera while he's flying a plane. And that's what the movie is Tom Cruise flying a plane and operating a camera.
Yeah.
But this is going to be Top Gun.
Yes.
So then isn't it just about playing volleyball on the beach?
Oh, darn. The volleyball scene from Top Gun. We might get another one. I might have to see an IMAX volleyball scene.
so could you see them going wrong if they do
Sure.
not deliver
It's a sequel to
some?
Top Gun. Of course they could go wrong.
No, but I think it's going to deliver on plot and action. I
think so.
I think it's going to miss something because they're going to think that maybe people don't want it. But how do you bring it in? Like the hokey the volleyball scene.
Well, we know from the trailer that there's going to be a volleyball scene.
Okay.
Oh, there
Are they playing
is.
actual volleyball?
I assume so.
Oh my
There-
gosh, I thought
there's
it'd be
there's
like-
silhouetted shirtless men on a beach. I don't know what else
Okay.
is going on.
That's true.
A shot from the trailer.
Is this a reboot or
it's a sequel.
A sequel. Okay.
He is still playing Maverick. Hence Top Gun.
He
Maverick.
hasn't in fact progressed in his career in like
'Cause
25
he's
years.
he's such a hot shot. He's such a loose cannon that they're like, we don't know what to do with you, Maverick. Why don't you come back and teach?
Yeah.
Because you're old now. And he's like, I don't want to teach because I'm a loose cannon.
But
and a
still.
Maverick.
But guess who comes back?
Is
to be a
Iceman
student?
back?
Well, no. Well,
There's a
yeah.
photograph. There's a photograph of
Val Kilmer.
of Mr. Kilmer.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Val Kilmer.
Yes.
I forgot about that. I can only picture the haircut.
Now the
right
question
now.
you should be asking yourself is Goose back, and Goose can't be back. 'Cause he's
I
dead.
meant Goose. Wait, in real life, Goose is dead.
No, the character Goose dies.
In real life, though.
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
you're saying
Goose
because
died
it's a
in Top
sequel,
Gun.
so he can't come back.
It's not, Goose's ghost does not show up in Maverick.
Yes,
I
but
see.
Goose's son is now
Goose's son
there.
is in the
And
movie.
Is it played by Ryan Gosling?
That would be
That's
pretty cool.
clever.
Yeah.
Smile, Tyler. Now
That's
I'm
really
disappointed. I like yours better.
Yeah.
What? But who is it played by?
Miles Teller.
Oh,
Who I
sure,
like
sure.
quite a lot.
And then who is the gal coming back?
Kelly McGillis, almost certainly not. I would not be at all
She
surprised.
was actually very upset about not being. It's Jennifer Connelly is now Tom Cruise's
like
love
Jennifer
interest.
Connelly.
But
That's a trade up.
yeah,
That's any way you slice it. That's a trade up.
So you think she was offended that she wasn't asked to come back?
she's
She hasn't been in a movie since like the 80s.
She
doesn't.
she hasn't been too favorable on like not being included. But yeah, whether she should be or shouldn't be, that's
But no, I'm
Debatable.
in my head. I'm basically treating this as though we're getting Mission Impossible 7. Although it's Mission Impossible 6.5.
That's what I was going to say. Is I think because McQuarrie, the writer and director of the last few Mission Impossible films, helped write some of this.
That's
as well,
right.
too.
I know it was directed by Joseph Kosinski, who did Tron Legacy, which I like, and Oblivion with Tom Cruise, which I was just earlier today saying not a necessarily well-written film, but a well-directed film.
Yeah, like I think we're going to get great visuals.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to see
For
it in
sure.
IMAX.
I just wonder if the people who are there for like to relive their 80s, if they're going to be disappointed. I don't care.
I'm not here for those people.
I'm not here for those people, but I wonder if that hurts as we get into box office. Like
We'll talk about this film's
how
box
much it
office
hurts, because I think
imagine.
the potential for it is huge.
For the same reason that I'm assuming it's going to be Mission Impossible 6.5, I think it's going to do Mission Impossible numbers.
Oh, that's a tip of your cap there a little bit for. Okay, I see where you're going with that.
So no one else had this on their top 5?
You got me really excited talking about it.
You sound really excited talking about
I
it.
want to see some volleyball
I
scenes.
know you do.
I want the kitschy 80s stuff.
He's
in
your
the
body
mixed in.
goals. We know.
Yeah. He still is.
That's
even
what I'm saying.
Even at
No, I'm saying
60.
currently
yeah,
is your
currently
body
still
goals.
is. Yeah. I wonder if him and Teller. I don't know. I hope they have some fun with the movie as well too. I don't need to see a beat by beat. I don't need to see a karaoke scene necessarily.
If there is
but
a
that would be
karaoke
fun.
scene, I won't be sad though.
I won't be sad either. Oh
I'm
my
going to be
gosh.
honest. I didn't actually click on the trailer for this one.
Have you seen the original?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I remember the volleyball scene. And then I also remember there was like a motorcycle scene where he came in on his motorcycle and was like, hey. And then the gal comes out, hops on, and then they ride off into the sunset. That might be all I've seen though.
Also, I will say up until like 3 days ago, I had this at number 4 and Benediction at number 3, but it just had its premiere at CinemaCon to what was apparently a remarkably eager audience.
Okay.
So apparently it's a big old crowd.
You know who I'd like to see make a cameo? Meg Ryan.
I would love that.
That would
I
be a
love that,
nice
actually.
little.
Was
That was
she
part of
in
the
it?
conversation. She was Goose's wife.
Oh.
So theoretically,
So she
the mother
can be-
of
she
the
can be
child.
Goose
the
Jr.'s
Gosling's
mother,
mom.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice to see her.
Miles Teller.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Carrie, you and I try to stay healthy, right?
You know, I mean, I try to exercise most days. I eat a lot of egg whites and kale until about 4 p.m. And then I'm just chips and dip until bedtime.
Same. And like you, Care, packing all the healthy stuff in meals to try to reach my goals hasn't worked. And, I hate taking vitamins and pills. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, Athletic Greens AG1 has the answer. With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, adaptogens to help start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy recovery, focus, and aging. All the things.
But here's the thing. It sounds great, but it also sounds like it tastes kind of healthy.
No, it actually tastes great. Not healthy. It has a tropical flavor that makes me think of our upcoming trip to the Caribbean. And it will leave you feeling more alert and clear during the day. Also helps you get your Z's.
You know I can use all those things, but Rob, you also know I'm a little bit cheap. So how much would something like this set us back?
Care, it's cheap enough even for you.
Whoa!
AG1 is less than $3 a day, so you're investing in your health instead of that cold brew habit.
Okay, all right. Sign me up.
Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/emerging. That's EMERGING. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/emerging to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Well, we have a few left, so let's head to our break. You might be wondering about ways to support the show. Head out to our Patreon page where you can get early access and exclusive content, make us watch a movie, pick your own episode topic, and more from our site. Just like those celebrating their anniversaries this month, we have Brigda and Riona, who have Razzie Awards, Space Ice and Steven Schwartz, who have our Sundance Grand Jury Prize award winners. We just had a watch party with Con Air. Thank goodness we had
Thank the good God.
Yeah.
I'm still humiliated.
I want to point out on the air, by the way, a friend of mine texted me to complain about the rank hypocrisy of us not watching The Human Centipede. And I want to say to that friend now and in front of everyone that it was Carrie's fault. And
It was.
we're all glad that she screwed up.
I feel as though when I was looking for it, that I saw what I wanted to see, and it said like, oh, if you're a subscriber. And I'm like, oh, I am a subscriber, but I don't subscribe to like Paramount or whatever it was that was required.
JustWatch.com.
JustWatch.com.
Use JustWatch.com.
Will I give anyone some viri to
No,
their
JustWatch.com
computer?
tells you what streaming sites it's available on.
Oh, I see.
It would have told you that it would have like the icon is Paramount would have been bigger than Amazon would have.
It goes down as one of my biggest failures.
It goes down as one of your biggest successes.
I know. So
No,
we'll try to find
we had a
another way.
blast. I
Con
think with
Air
yeah,
was
Con
I've
Air
really
never
good.
seen Con Air.
You
that
had-
was my first time.
That
with
was
Con
your
Air.
first time seeing it?
It was good experience.
Oh, what a great group film to see as a group. So that's always for all of our Razzie Award and Up members are entitled to watch parties and trivia nights and more. We're going to be making some changes to Patreon coming here in June, so excited to share a little bit more details about that in the coming month here. Also want to plug Amateur Hour. You all on Patreon helped pick out the logo that I'm going to be using for it. It's I like how it resembles the AE logo quite a bit. So I think it's going to incorporate nicely in there too. So excited to kick off Amateur Hour, which is going to be documenting my journey into making my first feature film. Carrie, you okay? You hanging in there?
Oh, yeah.
You going to take a Claire Denis break as well
What is that?
9-year.
Oh, the 9-year break. No.
while I make some films?
I'm joking. I
Just a
actually,
straight up divorce, right?
I actually got some messages asking. I don't know if I sounded slightly hostile on our last episode. I was goofing for the most part, so I don't actually intend to leave you
If you were to do
directly.
percentages,
I would move
what
in with 10.
percentage was goofing and what percentage was not?
I would say there's a 30% chance that I was goofing.
Okay.
So
You know what's incredible, Tim? It has nothing to do with the success of if the film does well. Like I'm not going to get any like good job. If it does, it's the same feeling regardless of the quality of the outcome. It's just Carrie just wants to be mad about
But
me.
here,
making the movie.
maybe part of it is that my feelings fuel your energy towards it.
That's
maybe
true.
it's intentional. Maybe
That's
I'm
true.
doing it on purpose.
Oh yeah, it's like the
There's
you
a
know,
10% chance that's the case.
Jaroszynski story starring Zac Efron as Rob Jaroszynski. She will be the shrewish harpy who gets some of the best supporting actress.
Yeah.
Who's playing you, Carrie?
Oh gosh. Don't wait. Let me think. I've got people. Wait. Hang on. Let me get myself together a little bit here. Yeah. Who could play me?
I was thinking Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin's a bit long on the tooth. It needs to be someone. It needs to be someone. If it's gonna be Zac Efron as you,
Sure.
it needs to be someone closer in age.
What about Rachel McAdams?
Sure.
What about Joey King?
Oh,
Joey King. Hang on. I'm googling.
she's in one of the movies, Bullet Train.
Oh,
She's
is
a li-
she?
She's a little young, but you know.
Well, I mean, again, it's
That's
got to
all
be
right.
someone who's disproportionately younger than Zac Efron because that's how it works.
You do kind of look like Joey King. That's
Really?
That's fair statement.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll take it.
Speaking of patrons helping us out on designs, you all helped us pick out and design merch, and we just launched our merch. We did let folks on Discord and Patreon know first, but we're going to be publicizing that on the site as well too. We have some fun, just a mix of things. We have the IMDb Top 250 Cinephile, which
You're going to be the only one that buys that.
no, we've had multiple purchases of that one.
Whoa,
So
all right.
many people are Rob aligned, Rob adjacent, and I purchased that shirt and that mug as well too. A lot of people purchasing just the straight up alternate ending logo. We have some joyless mediocrity. We have the young man named Don.
My heart just flutters every time somebody buys that one.
Yeah, that one's been very popular as well too. So
Get out there and also tag us in your photos of you in these shirts.
Yeah, when you
because
get 'em, yeah,
that
tag
will
us, yeah.
also make my life feel more fulfilled. So I'm excited to see those.
And then we have some reviews, Care.
Along the same lines, Rob, of people in this world that align with you, this review does as well. So this review comes from Ando70. Love the various perspectives. Want to preface, this one's a little bit long, so I'm only going to do one review today. I started listening to this podcast a few years back when I was looking for something new to listen to while I worked. I've listened to every episode since. I love getting movie recommendations from 3 very different perspectives. The dynamic between the 3 hosts just works very well. Sometimes you feel like you're just listening into a conversation they're having after just watching a new movie. Movie-wise, I am mostly in step with Rob's, the film school dropout taste in movies, which are sometimes subpar. He didn't say that. So early on, I always look forward to see his thoughts on newer movies or the classics that were recommended to him. Those classic recommendations generally come from Tim, the critic in residence. Tim's taste in movies generally don't line up with my own, but his passion is evident when he describes what makes something great. It only makes you want to see it for yourself if you haven't already, or if you haven't seen it, then to see it again through new eyes. Finally, there is Carrie, the casual movie fan. Sorry. The banter between her and Tim generally steals the show. Sometimes her answers to questions are so out there that they make me wonder if she's really that way when the mics aren't on. I suppose only people who've known her for a long time know for sure. Either way, she's a great foil to Tim, while Rob just tries to hold everything together. P.S. As I write this review, I'm staring at a movie poster of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade hanging above my desk. I love Indiana Jones. He's a hero.
Aw, I love
Thanks,
this one.
Ando.
Good review.
Good review.
I think that it is disappointing that you have bad taste in movies, but otherwise I think those are good.
That is...
I will say your passion does feel like an extra half star. So like based on how you've described things, like it makes it a half star more interesting at least than generally when I actually see it. So it does help to get your thoughts in
Fuck
advance.
you.
I thought that was a compliment.
I don't know. It was a compliment to me. Like, I don't know.
It felt
Didn't
like
feel
a
like a
weird... It's like, was it a compliment? I don't...
It's like
yeah, I
you
don't
like
know.
bad things, but you really sucker me into thinking they might be good.
But you say it with a fun tone, so it makes me want to click on it.
I also want to thank our listeners who support the show and make their Amazon purchases through our site. Doing is easy. Just go to our website, alternateending.com, click on our Amazon banner, and seamlessly go about your purchases. All proceeds go to making our show better. Since our last episode, here were the things that were purchased. Not sure about this one. I'm not sure how this floss works, but it's a back teeth micro mint dental floss. Just for your back teeth, maybe?
Wait,
Maybe it's like in some sort of rig.
Oh.
kind of like a...
I'm
you
thinking
know?
of those like little like those sort of flossed pick things.
Yeah.
Like,
But double.
it's designed to like fit into your jaw
Just into the
such that
back.
you can work.
It's
on the back.
impossible to get to
It's
the back.
tricky to do the back teeth.
Oh, the
you
back
chomp
teeth.
on your fingers with your front teeth. a
Yeah,
little bit.
totally. I always have trouble getting back
Look
there.
at this. Someone just going for it. Remington Balder Pro head shaver.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you can't. I guess they're have a little bit maybe more width to the shave.
Oh, because with the time you tried to shave your head not so long ago, it didn't go well.
Well, I that was with like an electric. This is like a shaver.
it's meant for it.
This is a shaver. Oh wait, no, I see what you're saying. I don't know what this is.
Hard to
This
say.
could be a.
Would you ever go
Alice and
back?
this person did their research and decided it was the choice for them.
I think so too. Would
Very
you ever
nice.
shave your head again?
I'd be curious. I'd like to do like a razor shave, and see. I want to get a sense of what head shape I have underneath.
Oh, I
this
have a pretty
beautiful
good
mane.
sense. I have a
Yeah.
pretty good sense. I think you shouldn't is what I'm. what
Bit of
I'm
an egg.
guessing. Bit of an
An egghead.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to say that,
Yeah.
but that is
Oh, I
very
know.
narrow
I'm,
at
I'm
the top.
aware.
It's kind
I'm
of
just
like
curious
a
if
comb.
I have any like weird.
No, you do.
you know, kind
it's in
of-
the back. You can't see it.
Okay. Good to know.
There's some ledges that you
Mhm.
might not know are there.
Okay. It'd be interesting to see.
You know who can pull it off though? Oh gosh, what's
Many
that guy's
men.
name? The Rock. I
Sure.
feel like he pulls it off pretty well.
He does. He does a good job.
And that guy from
Jason Statham.
oh gosh, that guy that sells things at the
Woody
thrift
Harrelson?
store. No, in Las Vegas, he sells the stuff
What are you talking
at auction. Do you know who I'm talking
You're talking about
about?
Pawn Stars?
Yes, that guy really pulls off a shaved head.
Very good. We also had some books and
Thank you, Rob.
textbooks. Purchased The Street, a novel, The Kingdom of This World,
Ooh,
The 10 Loves of Nishino, and Zuru, a
I
novel.
love the accent.
At Kindle ebook, we had Marcion and the Making of a Heretic. At Kindle ebook, we also had The Jews Among Pagans and Christians in the Roman Empire. And then Outdoor Recreation had a standard pillow rest classic airbed with the internal pump. That's nice because you just plug it in, inflates,
Just
about?
inflates.
Those internal pumps.
Yes. Oh, someone had a little bink maybe. Carter's
baby?
Carter's Baby Boys Crew Socks.
Oh,
Yeah, pack of 12.
What
12
size?
12 to 24 months.
Oh, okay.
Well, I hope we keep hearing about baby socks because if we don't, I'll assume the worst.
Keep those baby clothes coming. Video on demand, rent or buy. We had Transformers the last night. I'm sorry.
Is that one
But
good?
it's kind of like
It's
funny.
not the worst Transformers movie.
Yeah, it's
Yep, that's correct. It's not.
yeah, it's not. And then again, Carrie, your now and then plugs have paid off. We have not one but two now and then rentals.
This is amazing.
Yeah, people revisiting their childhood.
Reach out to us at contact@alternateending.com. I need to know your feelings on this movie.
When we get back, we'll wrap up our top 5 anticipated before heading to our box office. And welcome back to Alternating. We're talking about our top 5 anticipated movies of the summer of 2022. Carrie, you're left with 2.
Yeah.
What do we have left?
These are what
I see you're like moving your computers because you don't want Tim to I don't know what value Tim seeing it would have at this juncture, but
I don't want to ruin the surprise.
got it. Okay.
I think there is a small chance, a tiny chance, that when I say this next movie, that it's one of those kismet, serendipitous moments where Tim and I come together.
I would be astounded.
I would be too. No, but I mean, I'm astounded at myself for having this movie.
Okay.
So I think there's a possibility. If it happens, I don't even know what I'll do. I'll think of something to show my love for you. This movie is weird. It seems very weird, but for some reason I'm drawn to it. And the reason why it's weird is there's sort of, oh, jeebers. You know those like claymation Christmas characters? The equivalent of that is in this movie, but I think it's continuing to be a documentary style movie that's actually real, like live action. But it has a little tiny, adorable 1-inch tall shell that becomes the main character in the story, and she's sort of animated. I don't know if she's a she or a he.
I think it's a he.
Marcel. Marcel is an adorable 1-inch tall shell who ekes out a colorful existence with his grandmother Connie and their pet lint, Alan.
What is happening?
This-
That's a movie called Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Marcel the shell
Adaptation
with
of
shoes
a
on.
set of viral videos that Jenny Slate made.
Jenny
5 or 6 years
Slate.
ago. She's the voice of Marcel the Shell.
Oh.
She is the voice of Marcel. I think that's Chris Evans' girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, but yeah.
They broke up.
I didn't know they were
You
still
look
together.
that up. So they have a pet lint named Alan. One part is sort of like this community of shells. And then now they now live alone as sole survivors after this mysterious tragedy that happens. However, this documentary filmmaker discovers them and then posts it online. And then millions of fans come together and then they sort of try to find their long lost family as these shells. Is this on your list, Tim?
No, not even vaguely.
Oh.
I had very enthusiastically decided I was going to skip this movie until you put it on your list, in fact. This looks like drinking a bucket of sugar water to me.
No. I think it might be really weird and cute.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Marcel with the shell.
I will tell you, a
Marcel.
member of the faculty of my program saw this at, I believe, Telluride, and it was her favorite film at Telluride.
Oh, okay.
See?
So there's precedent for someone who is smart.
This could be
thinking
one of those. Oh,
Exactly.
it's an 824. It could be one of those things where it's just too darn cute. You can't not like it. And then,
I'll find a way.
You'll find a way.
I think
find a way.
Tim's going to love it.
824, Tim.
I don't like A24.
I know. But I don't think you. I
know.
think you actually do.
I know.
Like 824.
I think this is going to be the unicorn that Tim's like, "Rah, I don't want to like her. It's so cute." And then you're going to love
the
it.
trailer is like an amazing turnoff for me.
See, but it's all
I've
weird.
seen it 3 times now in theaters, and I find it just viscerally unwatchable.
Oh, see, I thought it would be weird enough that you'd be like, "Oh,
It
I've
doesn't
never
look
seen
weird
a
at
shell."
all to me. It just looks stupid and cute.
So, yeah, exactly. I mean, only lovely and cute. So if Marcel with the shell is anything that I hope to be, all of us will love it. And that's why it's my number 2.
Okay.
So I would be inclined to say that my number 2 and your number 2, Carrie, are at polar opposites of what cinema can be and do for its viewer. Mm-hmm. What if I were to say that my movie, my number 2, on purpose, mind you, is trying to force its viewer to have an epileptic attack?
Okay.
Because it is.
Okay.
It is Lexiterna, the new film by Gaspar Noé, not so new. It actually
damn
premiered
it.
at the 29 Cannes Film Festival to incredibly hostile reviews from people saying, I watched this and it made me feel sick. It made my body feel nauseous and dizzy, and I felt like I'd been just kind of attacked by this film. And I hear these things and I'm like, oh, you're talking my language right now. I want to see a movie at the end of which I feel bedraggled and assaulted, and that the movie has used me in a very inappropriate way. It's a sort of movie about a movie. It stars Charlotte Gainsbourg and Beatrice Dalle playing themselves, more or less. They are actresses on the set of a film about witches, and the movie goes wrong, like the movie they're making about witches breaks. And in the act of the movie breaking, there's a psychological break held within the actresses themselves, and this is communicated stylistically by the film just kind of like trying to do what it can to make you, the viewer, feel horrible.
So is it like pulsing lights? What's happening?
Don't know. Gonna find out when I see it.
What's the name of this?
Lux Eterna.
It says it's 2019.
It is, but it hasn't come out yet in the States.
It says it's 50 minutes long.
It's 51 minutes long because I don't think you could make it a whole lot longer than that if that's what it's doing.
I don't think I've been trying to avoid Gasper.
You guys will hate
I
this
feel like
movie.
this is a bit of a punishment, Tim.
I'm so excited for this movie.
Is there an easy way into Gasper's world?
No.
Start with Irreversible?
No, the movie, sure.
Start with Sodomites?
I would probably...
There's no easy way in.
You guys are going to hate it.
There's no easy way into Gasper. Climax? Should I start with Climax?
Maybe you should start with Climax. Climax is relatively easy to get into for the first 20 minutes before it turns dark.
Are these
It
sexual
turns into an
movies?
orgy?
Some of them are.
Okay. Because Sodom is a sexual thing too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's what I
refers
thought.
to penetrative sexual acts that are not procreative.
Okay.
But no, you guys are not going to like it. You guys are not going to like Gaspar Noé at all. And
Now I hope Marcel with the shell is going to be terrible.
We should do back to back.
Yeah. Why don't we do a double feature?
I will tell you this. My current plan is to try and convince someone, because I'm not going to get my partner to go see this movie, but I have a friend. I have a Gaspar Noé buddy. Will, who talked me with a
Will, who doesn't listen to this podcast?
I'm going to see if I can talk him into going with me. It's going to be playing in Chicago on June 4th.
Let's make a date.
Which I suspect will be the closest it comes to Madison, Wisconsin. So I'm going to be going down there. But
Music Box?
Gene Siskel Film Center.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We should all go together.
If you guys want a freebie out of this one, I'll just take the zeros on it. I'm fine with that because I'm really excited for it. You're going to hate it.
I want to
I think
challenge.
I might love it.
50 minutes? I can handle anything.
I can do
for 50
anything
minutes.
for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 45 maybe.
Yeah.
But I'll leave for some popcorn. That sounds awful. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm so excited.
I'm really excited.
So excited.
I'm actually more excited. I actually think you might have more of a reaction to my number one. So I'm excited to get there than you did for this one. But Rob, what's your number two?
I think I'm at my number...
Oh, no. You're number two.
I'm at my number two. Yeah, I'll just be nice.
Unless your number two is also Lexiterna.
No, it is not. It'll be nice and fast. It is Doctor Strange in the movie.
Oh, I thought that would if Thor is not your number one, I expected this would be your number one.
I went back and forth. I think I'm still off the high of No Way Home and having multiverses, that I'm really interested to see what happens there more than I am interested to see what they do with Thor, because I don't know what the whole plot point of. But this looks good. It's also bringing back Sam Raimi into the superhero universe, and looks like he's bringing a lot more of that those horror aspects to the filmmaking as well too. So it looks a little creepy. The kids have seen the trailer too, and they're like, "This looks a little scary."
Is Tilda going to be in this one?
I don't know. Actually,
I don't know. I think they've actually kept the extended cast a bit secretive. We know that Wanda is going to be in it, and forget who I think Doctor Strange is kind of the big bad in this too. Is like one of his variants, or so to speak. Is it Chiwetel Ejiofor is in it as well? Benedict Wong will be in it. That's pretty much all I think that we know confirmed. But yeah, I'm excited. I didn't care. Like the first Doctor Strange was okay. But I've liked his character in all of the kind of the ensemble pieces since, and then really enjoyed him in No Way Home. So I'm, this will very well be an ensemble piece as well too. Just like what Tim was saying too. It's like I feel like they have a fear of now letting these superheroes kind of stand alone. So it just seems like it's going to be ensemble from here on out. Anyway,
did something fail that that they did that?
No,
with?
nothing has really failed. But like even Captain Marvel, which I didn't care for. Like it's the Marvels, and now you just got to like they just have nowhere to go but more. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be nice to actually see them maybe take a step back and have a standalone character again, and not have a big huge ensemble of superheroes. But yeah, it's just basically mini Avenger movies is what we're getting.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's more lucrative too. You break it out a little bit. I don't know. I'm sure there's a method to the Marvel madness.
Yeah.
They clearly know what they're doing from a financial standpoint. So.
I'm surprised you're not a little bit burnt out on these Marvel movies.
After seeing 20 in the last
it's been more than 20.
Yeah,
it's been like 1,000.
Yeah, I know, but just in the last few months.
But now the annoying thing is, it's like the kids are so into it, so it's just one more thing that they connect with you on, and I find that really
they ask
distressing.
a lot of questions.
Ugh.
I had to explain variants and multiverses to Abby in the car on the way, and it was frustrating, but also like super rewarding at the same time.
Rob's like, no.
She had trouble distinguishing between time and a multiverse, because you can have it's almost like an X and a Y axis, if you will. And
Imagine
I
my
will do no
position.
such thing.
Imagine my position. So here I'm sitting here driving, and all that I'm trying to do is actually create like a cone of silence over my head so that I don't have to process any of the questions or your responses. I'm just like, "Ugh," for my own sanity. But I can't deal with too many more Marvel movies at this point.
well, now you have 2 that you're going to have to see at least because
Jerk.
it's on my anticipated list.
Yeah, and I'll give you one that you can enjoy, maybe even more than this Marvel movie.
So I need to ask you before we move on,
Yeah,
Carrie. Are
yeah.
you more or less excited for Doctor Strange or Lexiterna?
Oh gosh.
You can let that one linger for a bit. You don't have to answer.
I
in a second.
feel no, I already know the answer. I think I'm going to go with the Lexiterna only because what I'm already picturing is Titan.
Okay.
Titan.
We'll go with Titan.
I'm already just picking like if I'm mentally prepared for weird, I'm in a better place.
Okay.
And
I
yeah.
I think realistically, Gasper will deliver something far more upsetting and like hypnotic than Titan. Perhaps.
All right.
I mean, no one was saying. Well, people were saying that people were vomiting out of Titan. So who's to say?
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
Gosh. Great. I can't wait for all of these movies.
This movie makes me feel physically unwell. Is one of my favorite genres of movie. So
Yes. Tell me when I describe to you this one, if this makes you feel less well. So when you're young, when you're my age, or no, not my age, but when you were my age 28 years ago, things start to like happen. Things start to change with you.
with the menopause.
With no, this is me 28 years ago. So I'm 10. And I guess that'd make me 11. Woo. Okay. Anyway, things start to change with you, like your body. You're going to start to get some armpit hair. You might start to smell a little bit differently. And some of that can be like, it can make you very insecure when you're that age because you maybe don't have deodorant figured out yet. All of those things. And then this is going to get a little bit heavy, but like your menstruation cycle happens.
Is that a pun? It's going to get a little heavy.
It wasn't, but I see it now. All of this is incredibly traumatic.
You know that the Red Panda movie already opened.
I did see that too. This is going to do it better. Navigating friends, feelings, drama of adolescence was like 1,000% improved if you were a 10-year-old girl and you read this book that has now been adapted into a movie. And I, for one, cannot wait to see Rachel McAdams, Kathy Bates, and Abby Ryder Fortston in Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret.
I mean, I will probably be seeing that fall release when it comes out. Yes,
This is in September.
Oh, September what?
16th.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm on the cusp.
yeah.
I'm on the cusp.
We're sticking it with that thing where Carrie's decided that summer means something.
And now we
different than what
can't.
summer
And now we
means.
can't close out the episode until after that.
Oh no, we just ignored.
reserves,
Last year we just ignored.
I like it.
Tell me
Yeah,
how
Nancy.
excited you guys are for this.
Not terribly.
I haven't heard of it. Is it a cartoon?
No, it's Rachel McAdams.
Why can't that be a?
She's a real person.
Voice actor.
I don't. Hey, Tim, look it up. I think it's live action.
It is.
And this is, again, it like, this question was like, or excuse me, this book was the kind of thing that you like as a kid when you had all these questions, you read it under the covers because you're like, whoa, like I feel seen. I would never want to ask this. I would never want to like go there. And then the book does. So then you get your questions answered.
I'm expecting a Bridge for Terabithia type situation where you have this iconic piece of young adult literature just kind of being mushed into something okay on its trip into theaters. We'll see.
Do you know who Kelly Freeman Craig is?
No.
Because she's a big deal.
Who is she?
And she's directing this. She did the last Spider-Man.
I will say what gets me excited, Carrie.
She didn't do the last Spider-Man.
Just trying to make her sound big.
I will say, when I was looking, I scrolled down to September to see what the hell was going on. And I didn't realize until I just stumbled across it on thenumbers.com and their upcoming releases. But in September, Avatar is getting a wide release. So I am going to be able to live my dream of seeing Avatar on IMAX again. So thank you for making me aware of that.
See? Incidentally, I can't wait for you to see this summer movie. And that's my number one.
Oh, school will be back in session by then. I don't know.
Who's left? Tim.
Tim and I.
It's my number one.
And we didn't line up.
Nope.
Okay.
I will say this in defense of my number one. You will not hate it as much as you hate Lexiterna.
Okay, I'm feeling good.
New film by a filmmaker who whose name connotes a very specific kind of movie. I think a very specific kind of aggressively physical, disgusting relationship to the human body is a site of destructive, possibly sexual gooiness and tension, and God knows what happening to the body, and God knows what's going to happen to the body in Crimes of the Future.
Cronenberg.
New David Cronenberg film.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one either. What's it about?
I've also been not reading the plot of this one. I will say that Crimes of the Future was the name of one of Cronenberg's very first films. I believe his second feature from the 70s. This is not a remake. He has made it very clear it's not a remake. It's not the same plot. But it is his way of sort of calling back to where he was at the start of his career when he was making these really edgy, dark body horror movies, which he has sort of drifted away from. But he, by all accounts, will be coming back to it in June, following a premiere at the Cannes Film Festival where it is playing in competition, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm ready for some real vintage Cronenberg, and it sounds like we're getting it. It sounds like this is going to kind of be his, maybe his farewell to filmmaking. He's not a young man.
Oh, that's sad.
And it feels like he wants to make one last just real burned, scorched earth Cronenberg film on his way out, and that is a very exciting prospect for me.
Interesting. We both have body horror films
Yeah,
for our number one.
In fact, we do.
We
when you
do.
put it
So
that
we
way.
kind of line up.
But I will also say Crimes of the Future has, I would say, a pretty stacked, not stacked cast, but a cast that I'm excited to see do their thing with Cronenberg. It has Viggo Mortensen, it has Léa Seydoux, and it has Kristen Stewart
Big
as the
cast.
leads. So that is a set of three people that I would see anyway, and seeing those three people in a Cronenberg. We've already had Viggo Mortensen work with Cronenberg in Eastern Promises,
Yes.
which I still think is his best performance. So if this is even a little bit that good, that'll be something.
I'd say Cronenberg. My feelings on when he's really out there, it's harder for me. I like his more mainstream things like Eastern Promises, History of Violence, The Fly. I like Scanners quite a bit.
Scanners
fun.
is not mainstream. So if you like
Yeah.
Scanners, I think you like Cronenberg more than you think like Cronenberg.
Okay. So I'm curious how much I'll dig it.
His first film in 8 years too. Last one was
Yeah.
2014's Map.
His son's been doing well.
Yeah, his son
Yeah.
makes solid movies.
Oh, he's only 79.
Only.
He's got time. He's got time to do more.
Tim, he's been directing some TV series since
He has.
little Star Trek
He has.
Discovery. Okay.
Oh, I was not aware of that was Star Trek Discovery. I just
Yeah,
knew he
a couple
sort of worked on it.
episodes. An actor. Excuse me.
Oh,
an actor.
Yeah, he acts. That's the
Crazy.
thing he does.
Okay.
I don't approve of it.
Whose list do you guys think is going to win?
Well, I don't know because we haven't finished mine yet.
You
I have my
more?
number one.
Oh boy, what
And this is a late edition. I frankly did not realize that this had a release date in the summer, and just saw people picking it. And I'm surprised it didn't make Tim's list because I thought you were. This is a director I trust implicitly, even though the last film I struggled with understanding it. After Tim explained the movie to both of us, Care, I appreciated it
Annihilation.
far more. Yes, Annihilation and Alex Garland. I love Alex Garland as a filmmaker and a storyteller. I think he's super intellectual and has a lot to offer. His latest film opening May 20th, which I don't know why I didn't see it on the list of things,
Yeah.
but Men.
I can see just sort of glossing over the film's title because it's pretty generic.
Yeah. Talking about like where you were saying Claire Denis' film was going to be released as Fire in the U.S. Like they could have really done a little bit better job with the name, but the movie is about toxic masculinity at its heart somehow. I don't know how subtle it'll be about that, or if it'll be
The trailer ain't subtle.
Trailer ain't subtle. Well, good. I'll understand it then.
But you didn't watch the trailer?
I've heard the trailer's bad, so I don't want to.
That's the thing. That is the reason it's not on my list. I had it on my list because I was like, okay, well, it's the new Alex Garland. That's exciting.
Yeah.
The trailer is actually like awful.
Huh. What I did really like the Annihilation trailer, and I didn't understand that. film,
I will
and
say it is entirely possible that this movie will be better than its trailer. I see no reason to say that.
I hope
won't
so.
happen.
Gail Rankin, a friend of ours, is in this film.
Yeah, Gail.
Good old Gail.
Who's Gail?
Oh, from
Shoot.
the bike riding movie that we saw in Sundance.
Oh, Gail.
Yeah.
How is Gail?
Gail's doing great. Well, she's in the new Alex Garland movie.
Good for
it's really just
her.
her and Jesse.
She was in The
and
Climb.
Jesse Buckley.
That's the other
She
thing.
was in
I
The
don't
Climb,
like
Rob.
Jesse Buckley.
Yeah. I know. there other than Gale and Jesse Buckley and Rory
Kinnear. Rory Kinnear, who's playing every man, I think. And
Okay.
That's something that's not really clear in the trailer.
And it's just a cast. It's a very small cast. I was trying to look up the budget, but as you can imagine, when you Google men and then like try to Google anything with that, like it's not going to come up with the movie. It just feels like a very small, intimate budget. Like I think,
Which I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, no, I don't mind either. So I'm hoping it's a passion project. I mean, Alex wouldn't say anything differently, but he said he likes the focus of this more than Ex Machina, and that's to me saying a lot. I really loved Ex Machina. So I'm going out on a
You're
limb.
hopeful.
I'm taking a risk with putting men on the list. I had some other ones that I had in its place, and then found out that it was coming out this summer and quickly swapped it out. So that ends my list with most anticipated. Let's go through our. Oh, you had a question for the group.
No.
You said which list is the best? I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we're all going to think ours is the best.
No, but now that you've heard me talk about mine.
Oh, definitely not yours.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you only have 4 films on your list, so I'm very disappointed in your list.
I think you do too. You have that 50-minute short.
Well, we could mount that argument. It's 51 minutes of feature, so maybe you and I
maybe we'll
both
get
have-
there if
So
I need
I-
to.
We both have stars.
I
on
think
ours.
Tim knows his. I think it goes back to Tim knowing his tastes the best. I don't think this will be the year where sometimes it's happened where we actually like Tim's movies the best.
No.
I think Tim took a lot more of his own personal preferences into account this time, so I don't think that will happen. I think I have the better shot at having the most well-rounded feelings across all of you. But you have a bunch on there, Kara, that I just
think
don't know
the
anything
Marcel,
about.
the Shell with Shoes On, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris could be my, again, what do you call it when it's like the long shot, you know?
A long shot.
A long shot.
Exactly. So I feel like I have a chance at winning.
All right. Well, let's play another game then. Let's play the box office game. I thought we could start with our number ones, go around the horn and
okay.
talk about because I think, well, if you did it right, I think it's pretty obvious what's going to be number one.
That's very.
You remember that time I said something was going to make like $8 billion?
I do remember
That's
that.
right. That's right. You were doing some sort of weird math that made
Not only were you wrong about which movie it
Yeah,
was, it was
yeah.
like the math was way
The math
off.
was
Yeah,
off. I
yeah.
feel, I'll tell you
excited.
right now, I feel real good about my math this year.
Okay, so I would like us to share the movie and the amount of money domestically you think it will make, and then how you arrived at that number.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Wait,
Number
we're
one.
starting with the one we
Yeah,
think is
let's
going to
start
make
with
the
the
number
most.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most.
My number one
What's
that
going to
I
be the
have
biggest box office winner?
at making $401 million.
Your number
Okay.
one is at 401 million. Okay.
I had to do one so that I could go over because it was a tie.
That's actually not. I will start by saying that is not a terrible figure.
Okay.
A lot closer than 8 billion.
You are not overestimating by a significant amount. I would
Okay.
say.
Okay. And I have that one being Jurassic World Dominion.
Yes, that is what I have as well.
I have Doctor Strange.
Interesting.
Ooh, interesting.
Now, all right, go ahead, Kara. Keep saying. How did you arrive at 401 million?
So again, I feel like I cheated with knowledge this year. So what I did was I looked at the history of all of the Jurassic Parks, and then I picked one that I thought was going to be equally garbage. And then I went a little bit less than that. And that's how I arrived at $401 million.
You know, it returns the entire first cast from the original.
I know. That's why I'm excited to see it.
Sure.
So I think 401. I actually went roughly with like what the last few made, which was around like 400, 415, whatever.
I thought the last one made like $600 million.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So that's where I
Fallen
have it.
Kingdom did a little bit lower than Jurassic World.
Okay.
But I had to have it be a little bit higher than my number two. So then I have it at 401. Tim, what did you have Jurassic World making?
I have Jurassic World making 440
Oh, okay.
because I think it's going to do less than the first Jurassic World because the first Jurassic World gets the nostalgia boost
Yep.
for sure, and neither of the sequels get that. I do think it gets the finale boost. I do think it gets the Colin Trevorrow is back boost, and I do think it gets the
Sam?
all three people are back
Yep.
boost. But I also think it's going to be really bad.
I agree.
Really
The
bad.
trailer didn't look
looks
great.
abject.
I agree.
That didn't hurt any of the other box office.
But what could end up happening though is it's like, yeah, the first few days, if the Rotten Tomatoes or whatever
The Rotten Tomatoes
scores
don't
are
matter.
terrible.
Don't matter.
That doesn't
Don't
matter.
matter.
But I just meant if they started to hear word of mouth, like it's terrible, people
Right.
might wait.
That's kind of my thought.
Yeah.
So I do think it's going to overperform Fallen Kingdom, but it's going to be closer to Fallen Kingdom than Jurassic World. So that's where I landed at 440.
And where did you Rob land?
417 is what Fallen Kingdom did last time. I gave it more than Fallen Kingdom because of the boost, so I'm at a half bill. I'm at a half bill.
Ooh, that's high, Rob. That's high.
I don't think so.
I also think people aren't 100% back in theaters either.
They show up. Did you see the No Way Home numbers?
Yeah. No, I did see that. Yeah.
I think I'm the only one who saw the No Way Home numbers, actually. Because I'm the only one who thinks that Doctor Strange is going to blow by half a billion.
Okay, so then that is the thing. It's there are things that weigh Doctor Strange in favor of Doctor Strange. It's opening earlier, so it has a longer time frame to maximize box office. But I don't know. You think so?
I've got it at 510.
I couldn't decide if the comp was like a Doctor Strange standalone, like a sequel to a standalone, or are we looking more No Way Home? It's not a No Way Home.
I think we're looking at what does No Way Home do if it's not a Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
But it's triggering the same kind of nostalgia. Because one thing they did that we didn't talk about when we talked about it in your list, Rob, it has Charles Xavier played by Patrick Stewart in it.
That's true, it does.
That's going to be good for some quantity of dollars.
At least
I
Tim.
don't know
For
what
some.
quantity.
Tim's
Yeah.
going to show up for
No,
me.
that actually pissed me off. It's what made
You
me.
don't
feel
want to see him?
I don't like the multiverse shit.
Yeah, but you like Patrick
Stewart.
Stewart.
Yes, but I don't want to see him. Play
But if
that
this is
character in
this is the way
That's
they bring
true.
in, now I'm kind of excited again. If this is the way they shoehorn in the X-Men, obviously they are because Xavier's in it.
I'm a little thrown that they're going to try to bring in the old universe X-Men. I thought they were just going to do a new set of X-Men.
Yeah, because then what do you? Yeah, well, then what do you do
What
with
do you do with Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman?
Please
Hugh Jackman
tell me
coming
they
back.
bring in the lady with the blonde hair that turns blue.
All we
Mystique.
know is that it has Patrick Stewart, the back of his bald head sitting down, and it's Patrick Stewart.
If I see who's the gal, Rob, you were supposed to jump in. Not
I said
Charlize Theron.
I said Mystique.
No, but what's her name?
Rebecca
in real life?
Romijn?
Yes.
or potentially Jennifer Lawrence, depending on which continuity you're referring
Rebecca
to. But if
Romijn
it's Patrick
for
Stewart,
me.
it would be Rebecca
Yeah.
Romijn.
Could I
So
be
I guess
her?
it isn't as cut and
Ugh.
dry, but for whatever reason, I just have a little bit more faith in Jurassic Park because I had missed that call in the Fallen Kingdom year. I did not expect Fallen Kingdom to do as well as it did, and I was dead wrong.
Here's part of my logic. I think Doctor Strange is the only film that I think has a good chance at opening over 200. So if it opens at 200 and then does 2.5 times its opening weekend, it's at 5. And I don't think that would be a hard thing for it to do.
The other
need to
thing I
adjust
want to
my
say about
numbers.
Jurassic Park, though, it's worldwide. Like,
Well, we're not doing worldwide.
No,
numbers.
but I'm sorry. The dinosaurs are running.
Oh yes.
They've come to
Well, I
to
think
the
it's
mainland.
I think it's for sure going to do better than Fallen Kingdom.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons.
Well,
why.
if that's and so wait, where are you putting Doctor Strange at?
I'm putting Doctor Strange at 510.
Oh, okay. So you're just really high on Doctor
Yeah.
Strange. I have Doctor Strange. Do you have Doctor
No,
Strange at
it's
number
somewhere.
2?
No,
Okay.
that's not number 2.
What's your number 2?
Wait, we got to go to Tim's number 1.
We just did
Doctor Strange.
Oh, it
That's
was
why we're
Doctor
going to
Strange.
your number 2.
Ooh, this one's going to get real confusing for me because there's a lot of same names. All right, I'm to my second one, right? Second one. I don't know how you guys missed this one because this is something that always goes bonkers at the theaters. And I realize it's now a one-person show, but I still think it's going to do amazing. It's going to come in at $400 million. And this is Pixar's Lightyear.
I also have it at $400 million.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my number 2.
Yeah, it's number 3 for me, but I have it at $400 million.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
And is it on your list, Tim?
It's my number 4. I have it at 320.
Okay.
But some of the Toy Stories do like 6s.
Oh yeah. My big thing is this a Toy Story? Is this an Incredibles movie?
I think it's going to get
Is
the
this
kid
a
boost.
Good dinosaur? Like
No, it's don't
Yeah.
say that. Although the only downside of this is I also watched the trailer to this and it felt bleak like Jurassic World. I was like, this isn't really that great. And I don't know if you guys know this. The guy from Tim the Toolman Taylor is no longer Buzz Lightyear.
No, that's correct. It's Chris Evans.
That's because Tim
What?
Toolman Taylor is the voice of the doll based on Buzz Lightyear.
Wait. Back it up. What are you saying?
So
It is.
Yeah.
I'm saying this with years of experience watching movies. The worst idea for a film ever made.
Wait.
Lightyear is the movie about the real life movie character on whom the toy was based in the Toy
Oh.
Story universe.
Jeez. So you're saying, oh, jeez. I don't like that at all.
It is the least I have ever wanted to see a Pixar movie
Yeah.
in 27 years.
I was like, whose voice is this? This doesn't sound right. And I looked it up. I'm like, Chris Evans.
It is a concept that cannot be communicated two humans.
I'm following you now, though.
That's why I have a really hard time seeing that it's going to get the Toy Story boost.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like a Toy Story film. It doesn't act like a Toy Story film, and it's not about Toy Story.
I'm a little nervous, but Pixar always ends up in the top 5 when they're present. So it's hard to ignore this. There needs to be a animated film because parents want to dump their kids in theaters in the summer. It opens early enough where it has some room. I will say when we presented the options after the girls saw the trailers in front of Bad Guys for Lightyear, Puss in Boots,
the
Minions, the DC Super Pets, Lightyear was on the bottom of that list for them. So if you're polling the kids,
that's one of the other things. It feels like a boy movie. It does not feel like a movie.
Like the girls weren't
They
really.
were into the Super Pets.
They were in the Super Pets. There was some funny,
Burn
gross
them.
out humor.
Tie them to their beds
Yeah.
and burn them. They're witches.
They were interested in Minions.
The trailer.
And honestly, Puss in Boots.
I'm looking forward to Puss in Boots.
Yeah, Puss in Boots look fun.
Whereas League of Super Pets feels like a war crime. It feels like we are complicit in the murder of the Serbs. Every time I see the trailer for Super Pets.
I don't know. I'm more excited about that than Puss in Boots. I'm like,
just saying,
this accent's going to get old.
It wouldn't surprise me if one of those actually leapfrogs and gets into the top 5 somehow.
Puss in Boots is not a summer release.
Not Puss in Boots. Sorry, the DC Super
If
Pets.
If Super
Minions.
Pets ends up making that kind of money, I'm just gonna throw myself in front of a bus. It's not worth being alive anymore
Yeah.
at that point.
We said it here.
That movie
we said
looks
it here.
like a bowl of diarrhea being swirled around, and like they threw crayons on it to add some color.
But you know what? People are going to go see it.
I know people are going to go
I
see
know.
it. It looks
And we're going to
so
come back. We're going to talk about
insanely
it.
bad.
You will not have any violence
Meanwhile,
if it does well.
Spider-Verse 2 got delayed to 2023.
Oh,
and you're going to have to watch fucking Crypto, the zombie dog.
You're going to watch it, though.
I know.
So
I
Tim,
know.
you had Jurassic World Dominion as your number 2.
It's my number 2.
Okay. And then so Carrie, you had.
Her number 1 and 2 are Jurassic World Dominion and Lightyear.
So I had Doctor Strange at number 2, and it was for the reasons that I said. But I have it. I couldn't figure out which would make more money, Lightyear or Doctor Strange. So I have it both at 400 million, but for some reason I have Doctor Strange higher. So let's just call it 401
I'm
million.
going to call it 401. We're going to price is right rules it.
Yes.
Lowballing Doctor Strange.
So what does that make your number 3 then, Care?
Oh, boy. I got to readjust some things. I realized that 215 is actually smaller than 250. So I realized now that my number 3 is a little bit different. And this is another animated film that I know. What do you mean? Should this not be on my list?
Do you think Doctor Strange? Do you think there's going to be like another COVID wave in the next 2 days? What are you expecting?
I looked at some past Doctor Stranges.
I suspect that you think Doctor Strange is going to make less than I think it's going to make in its opening weekend.
I wonder if I was looking at like Doctor Strange the TV show or something.
I don't know.
Because it didn't make
the
that
first
much.
Doctor Strange didn't like.
Yeah,
make,
tell me how much it made.
That was 6 years ago.
I know.
And we had had an Endgame and an Infinity
It made
War since then.
232.
Yeah.
But it's we're in the multiverse
Well,
world now.
let's just rat it out. What's Carrie's number 3?
All right. My number 3, I'll tell you right now. Think of what's every year. It doesn't matter how much time passes. You still will see these people dressed up as this for Halloween.
Minions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I have at number 3.
I mean, like I said,
Making a cool 250.
the kids want to see Minions more than Lightyear. So for whatever that's worth, and I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. So
Is it on your list?
No, it's not, because I
Oh.
trust in Pixar that I think the difference between Minions and Lightyear is adults also want to see Pixar
Fair.
movies. Adults don't want to go see Minions.
I think
as
people
much.
are going to see both. Again, I have it at 250, so it's not nearly as high as Lightyear.
I have it as my number 5 at 230.
See?
I will also say, Rob, at one point I texted you to clarify, are we doing domestic or international? Domestically, I think it's going to do that. Internationally, I'm sure Minions is going to outperform Lightyear. Wow. No doubt about
true.
it. This is a huge overseas franchise.
People, again,
Wow.
love the little...
fucking
the
little ugly
eyeball,
beasts.
the
and
little,
just like
yeah,
mouthing nonsense.
absolutely.
Is Steve Carell doing Young Gru? I should actually see.
He sure is.
Oh my God.
So that's what I have at number 3.
Okay. Just gotta regroup here.
Pull
all
yourself
right.
together.
So that was number 3 for you?
Yeah.
I don't. Where's
You
Doctor
are
Strange?
down on Doctor Strange.
I don't
So did we
know.
do your number 3, Tim?
No, my number 3 is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. All right.
Which I think I'm probably lowballing. I have it at 360. I'm being a little conservative.
I got 350.
Because I feel like it's not going to super overperform Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Thor is a known quantity. I feel like Ragnarok already got a little bit of a boost.
But what did Ragnarok make?
340, I think.
Oh, I don't know what Thor I was looking at because I have Thor at number 5, but I only have it making 210 because I thought people might be a little bored of Thor right now. That was my feeling.
I mean, I think people should be bored of the entire Marvel universe, but they're not.
315 is what Thor
315.
Ragnarok did, and I also use the same kind of calculus of it's got the Guardians, a little Guardians boost.
It does have the Guardians. It's getting a bar.
Yeah.
Guardians. I think that's what I did. I think I did it at slightly higher than either Guardians.
Yeah. I mean, Ragnarok had Hulk, but I think Guardians get you a little bit more.
Get you a little boost.
I also think we are now post
And I keep forgetting Christian freaking Bale.
Bale.
That's going to
we're
get
now post Endgame. We're now post No Way Home, which I think really should give it a shot in the arm to the franchise. So I feel 360. I'm comfortable with 360. You say you're at 350.
Yeah, I'm at Thor 350.
Does that make it your number 4?
That's my number 4. For those who are having trouble following, my number 3 was Lightyear. Kind of.
Yeah, I think we're going to quickly synopsize these at the very end.
So we're left with.
I think it's just my number 4.
It's your number 4 and Rob's number 5.
Yeah.
And number 4 for me is Marcel the Shell with shoes on. No,
get out. Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. No, I have Doctor Strange at number 4.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
And I had that at 215. I went a little cheap on Doctor Strange. Again, I feel like he's a little bit boring by himself, and it's a sequel, or I don't know. It's not the first one. I just thought, you know what? I don't think it's going to make that much money.
Yeah, I don't know.
I reiterate, I think it's likelier to make more than 215 in its opening weekend than to make 215 total.
Yeah,
and
it
Carrie,
feels low.
The first one made 232.
Again, so I saw the 232, and then I thought sequels never make as much, which is why I dropped it to 215.
Well, we shall just have to see.
Yeah, we will see. And then
I'm glad to know that Carrie's been taken out of the running.
My number
I
5.
don't have to do any of the math.
Yeah. My number 5 I have making a cool 300 million. I got to go dun dun dun. Oh, I can't actually do the song. No, I can't do it. I don't know. Yeah,
Wait,
Tim got it.
give me more. Hang on.
Top Gun.
Oh.
I think it's going to bring together. Is it rated R?
I don't think so. I think it's PG-13.
PG-13. Okay, good. So there's again this group of people who grew up watching this film who are going to all like people born 70 through 90.
It's not 70
come out
through 90 though, because I'm even a
1970 through
little too young for it. I think. Like I think I watched this late. Like
1970 through 1985. They're all going to show up, and then actually that's all, and maybe some like cinephile folks like Tim and I who are in the minority of cinephiles who actually are excited about this movie.
Cinephiles are over the moon excited for
Are they really?
Yeah,
okay. I just was getting a lot of like, who cares about Top Gun?
Well, I don't think people care about Top Gun. I think again, a lot of people like me are viewing this as Mission Impossible.
And that's it. Like that's the thing. I'm thinking, and if it does Mission Impossible
I'm doing
numbers,
Mission Impossible monies, and that's going to be like 210. I have it at 210.
You have it at 210. Okay, so I got it at 3. It's going to do well. Do you know who they're fighting? Is there?
I have no idea.
Because it'll be interesting
Not
what
China.
it does. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Is like as long as there's no like homosexuality or LGBTQ-ness in here,
I
like
do
it's going
not
to do
think this
good
will be a big
international
overseas
numbers.
Play, honestly, I think that the brand is not known overseas. I think when it is, it's associated with American military. So I think this is going to be a domestic play. If we were doing an international list, this would be lower for me than it would be on my domestic.
Interesting.
Because it's my number 6 domestic.
Okay. Well, here I thought we would have more lineup on the box office. So I guess, so do you want to run through your list again, 1 through 5, Care?
Okay, so it's Jurassic World, then I had Lightyear, Minions, Doctor Strange, and Thor, Love and Thunder.
Tim?
And I had Doctor Strange, Jurassic World Dominion, Thor, Love and Thunder, Lightyear, and Minions.
And I had Jurassic World, Doctor Strange, Lightyear, Thor, and Top Gun.
So really, 4 of the movies are overlapped.
Yes.
It's really just the order.
And then you all are big on Minions.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We know.
Now, I will say the last time we
performs.
successfully did a box office, I shot myself in the face over predicting Secret Life of Pets, which is the same studio. But I do think the Minions have a proven track record of this.
Proven.
What is the prize for whoever wins? Because I'm only motivated by tangible gifts.
I haven't considered. Do you have a prize in mind?
Maybe both of you. How about this? This isn't tangible because we know what's more important is emotional value. Whoever wins gets to stand on a pedestal while you guys explain the things that you love most about me. Or if you were to win, we could do the same for you.
Sure.
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it.
I would like a gift card to Chili's.
Baby back ribs, Alma.
That was good,
Yeah,
Rob.
thank you.
That was good.
Well, let's check in with our audience. Every week we ask you to submit your picks for our top 5. Based on those submissions, here were your top 5 movies most anticipated for the summer of 2022. Tied at number 5, a movie we have not talked about, but I am actually excited. It got bumped by men. That is The Black Phone. Speaking
I
of
saw
Doctor
that.
Strange,
Good trailer.
Good trailer. Doctor Strange, former director Scott Derrickson got booted from Doctor Strange Part 2.
Bad director. That's why I didn't have it on my list.
You're
Don't
not
like
a
Scott
Derrickson fan.
Derrickson.
Okay. It was tied with Thor: Love and Thunder. At number 4, we had Jurassic World Dominion, so folks are excited about that. Number 3, folks are excited about Crimes of the Future. Potentially Cronenberg's, I guess, final outing. Hopefully not, but hopefully not. Number 2, folks are excited about Men. That's the only reason I found out that Men was, in fact, a summer release this year. And at number 1, by far, a 2-to-1 ratio between 1 and 2, Nope. Our audience is excited about Nope, the next Jordan Peele film. Our winner this week is Rocky Peterson, who said, "Sheesh, the list of movies this summer is insanely depressing," as Carrie mentioned as well, too, and Tim as well. I'm really only excited for the top 2 of these, which is Crimes of the Future, Nope, and then less excited about Men, Jurassic World Dominion, and The Black Phone. And then Rocky also threw in top 5 box office. Pretty much lines. Oh no, it doesn't line up with me as much. Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, and Minions 2. Rocky, shoot us an email at contact@alternateending.com.
So it sounds like he actually lines up with the other 2.
Yeah, probably more in line with
spot on,
you.
Rocky.
Yeah. Actually, most in line with Carrie. I think.
Extra spot on.
Shoot us an email at contact@alternateending.com for details on how to claim your free Amazon movie rental. If you want to win a free Amazon movie rental like Rocky, be on the lookout for our top 5 posts. In closing, I want to thank everybody for listening. Head out to our Facebook page and like it, Twitter, where we're tweeting all the time, Instagram, where we're Instagramming, alternateending.com, you'll find all our movie reviews, podcasts, and more, YouTube and Facebook, where you'll find all our videos. Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Google, and don't forget about Patreon. Next week, we'll be back talking about movies we've been watching with a little Pass the Popcorn. We will catch you then.